A warm welcome to each of you. This moment we share is meaningful, and I promise to make it worth every second. Clarity is a necessity. Clarity gives you confidence. It is your power. Without it, you're just drifting, reacting to life instead of designing it. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're running, but you don't know where you're going? You're working hard, you're showing up, you're checking off boxes, and yet, deep down, you feel lost. That, my friend, is the cost of living without clarity. Clarity isn't a luxury. It's not some spiritual fluff reserved for those with time to meditate on mountaintops. Clarity is a necessity. It is your power. Without it, you're just wandering, reacting to life instead of designing it. You see, most people don't fail because they're incapable. They don't fail because they don't have talent, drive, or potential. They fail because they don't have a clear direction. It's like getting into a car with a full tank of gas, brand new tyres, the engine revving, but no destination. You'll drive in circles, you'll waste fuel, and worst of all, you'll never arrive. But the moment you stop, pause, and define where you're going, everything changes. Clarity gives you vision, and vision gives you power. The power to say yes to what matters and no to everything that doesn't. When you're clear on your goals, distractions lose their grip. Doubt fades, fear shrinks. Because you're no longer trying to please everyone. You're focused, you're intentional, you're building something on purpose. Let me tell you, clarity is not just about knowing what you want. It's also about knowing who you are. When you know who you are, you stop shrinking to fit in. You stop molding yourself into someone else's expectations. You stop compromising your truth for temporary approval. Clarity in your identity gives you the courage to speak up, to lead, to stand tall in rooms where your presence once felt small. And that clarity, that self-knowing, that is where true confidence is born. Clarity turns your maybe someday into a definite now. It transforms confusion into conviction, and conviction moves mountains. Think about this. Every great movement, every powerful leader, every breakthrough invention began with clarity. A crystal clear vision that refused to be silenced. A deep knowing of what needed to be done and why it mattered. Martin Luther King Jr. had clarity when he said, "I have a dream." Steve Jobs had clarity when he envisioned putting powerful computers into the hands of everyday people. Oprah had clarity when she turned a talk show into a platform for healing and purpose. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for things to be perfect. They got clear. And then they moved. So what about you? What are you waiting to get clear on? Is it your career, your mission, your values, your next step? Whatever it is, I promise you that clarity is already inside you. It's not out there in the opinions of others. It's not buried in another degree, another job, another relationship. It's within you, waiting for you to listen. Sit with yourself, ask better questions, journal, reflect, get quiet. And when the noise dies down, clarity will rise. Don't underestimate the power of a clear mind, a clear goal, a clear purpose. Clarity is the fuel that turns hustle into momentum. It's the filter that helps you focus on what really matters. It's the light that shows you your next step, even when the whole path isn't visible. And here's the truth, you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to get clear on the next move, the next intention, the next right thing. Clarity doesn't mean certainty, it means commitment. Commit to your vision, commit to your truth, commit to moving forward with intention, even if the road feels unfamiliar. You are not lost, you're just one clear decision away from a new direction. So today, pause, breathe, ask yourself, what do I really want? What matters most? Who am I becoming? And then trust the answer that rises up. Because clarity isn't just your power, it's your path forward. Greatness doesn't come from giant leaps. It comes from small, consistent steps repeated day after day. Small steps create habits. Habits create your identity. We live in a world that worships the big win, the overnight success, the viral moment. But let me tell you something powerful. Greatness doesn't come from giant leaps. It comes from small, consistent steps repeated day after day. Success is never an explosion. It's a slow burn. It's waking up early when no one's watching. It's choosing discipline when distractions scream louder. It's saying yes to your future self, even when your present self is tired, afraid, or unsure. The truth is, small steps are everything. Think about nature. A river doesn't carve through rock in a day. It does it slowly, drip by drip, over time. But give it time, and it moves mountains. So why do we underestimate the small steps in our own lives? We think if it's not dramatic, it's not valuable. If we're not making huge progress, we're failing. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Progress is progress, no matter how slow. A single step forward is always more powerful than standing still. Because small steps build momentum. And momentum, that's the silent force behind every major transformation. Let's get real for a second. What actually holds people back? It's not lack of knowledge, it's not lack of potential. It's the lie that says, if I can't do it all now, it's not worth starting. But that's how dreams die. Not with a crash, but with hesitation, with waiting, with telling yourself, I'll start when I'm ready. Let me be blunt, you'll never feel fully ready. But you don't need a perfect plan, you don't need everything figured out. You need to move, take a step, any step. Because when you take a small step, something incredible happens. You prove to yourself that you can, and that changes everything. Suddenly, your goals stop being these far-off ideas and start becoming real, tangible, doable. You want to change your body. It starts with one healthy meal, one workout, one more glass of water. You want to build a business. It starts with one idea, one email, one brave conversation. You want to change your life. It starts with changing one habit, one thought, one belief about what's possible for you. Small steps create habits, habits create identity, and identity creates a new destiny. That's how it works, from the inside out. One action at a time. And yes, it will feel slow at first. You may not see results right away. You may wonder if it's working. But let me remind you, a seed doesn't sprout the moment it's planted. Growth is happening underground before it ever breaks the surface. Keep watering it. Keep showing up. The breakthrough is coming. Don't measure the value of your actions by the immediate result. Measure them by the future you're building. You're not just doing something small, you're laying a brick. And if you lay one brick each day, with care, with consistency, with courage, eventually you build a foundation that can't be shaken. You build a life that reflects who you were always meant to be. So don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the right time. Start small. Start messy. Start now. Because small steps compound. 1 page a day becomes a book. $1 saved becomes wealth. One honest conversation becomes healing. One act of courage becomes momentum. Small steps create the life you dream of, one quiet win at a time. So today, take one, just one. Not because it's easy, not because you feel ready, but because the version of you you're becoming is worth it. The truth is, you don't need a miracle. You need movement, not all at once, just one step, and then another, and then one day, without even realizing it, you'll look back and realize that mountain you thought was impossible, you've already climbed it. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like quitting? Like the weight of everything you're carrying is just too much? Like no matter how hard you try, nothing's working? Like life is testing you again and again, and you're not sure how much more you can take? If that's you, you're not alone. Every person who's ever achieved something meaningful has stood where you're standing. Face that same moment, that choice. Do I keep going or do I give up? And the ones who made it. They chose to rise, not because it was easy, not because they had guarantees, but because something inside them refused to be silenced. That is the power of a never give up mindset. Let me be clear. Never giving up doesn't mean you never feel pain. It doesn't mean you never fall. It means you get back up. Every single time. It means when life punches you in the gut, you wipe the blood off your face and whisper, "Is that all you've got?" It means you honor your dreams enough to fight for them, even when the world tells you to stop. Because here's the truth. The difference between the people who win and the people who don't is not talent. It's grit. It's refusal. It's resilience. It's the quiet, unshakable decision that no matter how hard this gets, I'm not giving up on myself. Look at history. The greatest minds, the boldest leaders, the most iconic creators, they all had their moments of darkness, their moments of doubt. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he created the light bulb. Imagine if he had stopped at 999. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before someone finally said yes to Harry Potter. Imagine if she gave up after the 11th no. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. They told him he wasn't good enough. Imagine if he believed them. Every one of them had a choice, give up or go on, and they chose to go on. You have that same choice every day, in your work, in your goals, in your relationships, in your fight for something more. And yes, it gets hard. Yes, you'll get tired. Yes, people may not believe in you, but you must believe in you, because when you keep going, despite the fear, despite the pain, you grow stronger. You become the kind of person who can't be broken. That's what resilience does. It turns pain into power. It turns obstacles into fuel. And let me remind you, you've already survived so much. You've made it through every worst day so far. You've carried burdens you thought would break you. But you're still here, still breathing, still standing. That's strength. So don't you dare tell yourself you're not capable. Don't you dare tell yourself it's too late. As long as you're alive, your story isn't over. You get to rewrite the ending. You get to take back your power. And maybe you don't see the light yet. Maybe you don't know how this ends. That's okay. Keep walking. The storm always looks darkest just before it breaks. And one day, you'll look back at this moment, this exact one, and realize it was the turning point. The moment you chose to dig deeper. The moment you didn't quit. You want to know what real power is? It's getting knocked down and getting up again. With more fire, more purpose, more determination than ever before. Because the people who never give up, they are unstoppable. Not because they're fearless, but because they keep moving through fear. Not because they don't struggle, but because they refuse to let struggle define them. So whatever you're facing right now, I want you to hear me. You're stronger than you think. You've got more fight in you than you realize. And you are not alone. This dream you have, it matters. This path you're on, it's worth it. You are being shaped, molded, forged by the fire for something greater. And every time you choose not to give up, you become more of who you were born to be. So take one more step, breathe, stand tall, and say it out loud if you have to. I will not give up. I will not back down. I will not let this moment defeat me. Because you weren't built to break. You were built to rise. Never give up.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one more powerful opportunity. Because no journey should be walked alone, and growth becomes even more meaningful when shared with the right people. If today's message inspired you, imagine the impact of surrounding yourself with others who think big, dream boldly, and take consistent action. That's why I want to introduce you to something truly special. Welcome to the Up Brilliant community, where ambition meets opportunity. Hi, my friends. Thank you so much for your valuable time. We're building this YouTube channel into a platform filled with high-caliber mentors and transformative content. While it will always remain free for everyone, your voluntary financial support can help us bring in even more talented individuals and deliver greater value to this growing community. I've included my bank account details here and in the video description below. Your support is completely optional but truly appreciated. If you feel inspired to contribute, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.